I'm heading down to Solve Offroad down in Glendenning in Sydney. Yeah, I'm going to get my suspension redone. Boys down there are going to put a set of 800-pound coils in that they make up, custom valve it, and service my Fox 2.0 shocks in this rig. So yeah, I know it's 5:30 in the morning, so I've got to be there around 8. So let's go fill the thing up with diesel, head down to Sydney. Had to take a quick pit stop.
It's
get me a big morning
really
coffee.
And there's things that
could be a long
used
day.
to be able to look
Checking out the
lighting
suspension.
and noise.
Just keep going. Alrighty, I made it to Solve Offroad down in Glendenning in Sydney. Fox suspension specialist. Just had a couple of issues with my car. Battery terminals on these are tapered and it wasn't seating properly. Got here fine, went to start the car to get it on the hoist, didn't kick over. So Big Brad over here sorted it out, and Nick, so we're going to get it on the hoist and get the suspension done. Here we go, bit of an update. Brad's got them fully serviced, valve, new springs are in. Looking forward to testing these out in the high country in a couple of weeks. But yeah, killing it. Just about to do the rears, so let's get into it. Oh, there we go, Brad's all finished, back on the ground. I think we gained extra 40 mil overall in lift. Thanks, Brad. So, yeah, about head back to Newcastle, take it for a drive. Might go, I don't know, might go hit the beach salvo, see how it goes on the sand. I'll let you know how we go. As you can see, my plans of heading up to Newcastle and hit the beach after leaving Solve didn't exactly go the way I expected. On my way home I decided I'd wait a few months. It's turned out to be about 8 months since I left Solve before I wanted to put this video out. I really wanted to drive it on a bunch of different stuff, beaches, rocky stuff, mud. I've been to the high country, I've done a couple of trips up north, and yeah, I just wanted to do some real driving with it before I gave any real opinion on the Fox 2.0.2 version of my suspension setup. Firstly, the biggest thing I noticed, the difference it actually made on road. The car, there's a lot of bumps and humps and all sorts of stuff that you can really feel through your suspension. And one of the biggest things I noticed was that this setup with the heavier coils just really soaked it up. The car is much more stable now. You know, I can hit potholes and not be too worried about it because it's just going to soak it up. And then off-road, this thing is a beast now. It was a beast, but yeah, it's a beast now. It's the suspension off-road. You know, when you air down, you go down to 20 psi, 25 psi. It's like riding on a cloud. The thing's so smooth and just soaks up everything you can throw at it. Especially when you might be running through on the fire trails a bit faster than usual, and it just soaks up every bump. I've launched it off some washouts that I didn't see coming, and it's literally just soaked it up. And I'm super impressed with that spring rate, the 800-pound coil that Solve get custom made to go with this suspension, and you know, the custom valving that they did on it to suit this car. I'm not too much of a technical person when it comes to compression and rebound and that sort of thing, so I can't, I don't know, give you specifics on that, but you can hit up Nick at Solve and ask him for what they've done on mine. But I just know that it's just made it heaps better. One thing I have noticed over the 8 months since being at Solve is, surprisingly, there was little to no sag. I'm running, as you can see, I'm running even more weight up the front now. I've got some extra lights. You know, I've got the bar, winch, lights, aerial. I've got everything up there, bash plates. That all really makes a difference to the old spring rate on the IBAC springs that come with the Fox 2.0s, which were awesome springs, but they just sagged over time. But since having these 800-pound coils, there's like I said, literally little to no sag, and it's just really impressive. So that's one thing that I'm stoked about. So it's held its nice stance and just stayed in place. So yeah, at the end of the day, I've done a heap of trips in it, and I'm super impressed. Still impressed with how it's holding up, how it's performing. Best thing about all this suspension as well with the Fox is it's fully serviceable. So once a year you can, you know, take it down to Solve, get them to retune it, check everything, clean them up, revalve it if you don't like it. You know, you can do all those sorts of things, which is a huge bonus. So I can highly recommend these shocks from the start as just the standard IBAC coils, you know, out of the box. And now with this change that Nick and the boys have done, they're just even better. So if you're running a setup similar to mine, you know, that's got everything on it, I'd highly recommend in looking into doing something like this to your Ranger BT50. You know, they service a whole heap of different cars and they know their shit. So what I'll do is I'll leave all the links to Solve Offroad socials and website and their phone number down in Glendenning in Sydney, and you guys can send them a message, tell them I sent you. You know, they're legends and they're passionate about four-wheel drive industry. They all 4B. You know, Nick's been in it for a shit ton of time and he knows his stuff about Fox in particular, so I'd highly recommend them as a company to go get your suspension sorted with. So I'll leave all that in the description below. But if you got any questions that are more specific and you want to ask me, just drop them below. I'll get back to you with the best knowledge that I've got. As I said, I'm not that technical when it comes to the specifics. Hope you like the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you on the track. Yo.